All right. So, audio. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Testing. Okay, we have audio. So, shit, I have no water. I'm very much stuck between two states of mind right now. So stuck that I can't even talk. Apparently, yeah, no, really, it's very. I'm very like on one hand, part of me is like I've just been nerding out. I've been nerding out on SEO super hard. Uh, and so part of me wants to. I just got okay. Let's see here. Let's. There's just going to be on X thing on X. Let's see what my notifications are. So how long ago was that? 5 hours ago. I don't know if I should use this or not. Okay. Hello again. Skips. Yeah, so I'm sort of like very much in this like stuck between like I've just been nerding out super hard on man, this fucking LED light is killing me. I've been nerding out super hard on SEO stuff, which is good, and I kind of feel like I should um continue doing that. Uh but I would need to I don't know, I would need to sleep. I would need to sleep a lot more in order to do that, and I have not slept, and I, drank last night. I, like, had some beers or what I don't know, it was weird. I went to this bar. I ended up I talked with the owner of the bar, and I helped him with, like, his stuff. I don't know, with his he needs, like, he's like, a new bar. Like, I didn't realize the last time I went there. It's the second time I've been there. It's, like, new. It's a very new place. And I let he like, I was like, "Can I play my music?" And he let me play music, and then what happened was that, once I started playing music, like, these people came in, like, some customers came in, and then it was like, I just gotta make okay, I'm pretty sure the audio is good here, I hope so. Um, And then it was like, he was too busy to mess with the music. They were making food. Him and his employee were like making food the whole time. So then it was like I'm messing with the music, and it's like I felt like I was, doing a service, like I was working now. Now it's like my job. It was like almost like I became front of house, just like that. And then later on, like I did wait until the close. He gave me a ride home, and we talked, and he was like, I can't get like employees. I need help with employees, and we talked about a website for him, and we talked about the chatbots and all sorts of stuff. But I was just like dying of anxiety the whole night. And it's because I think, even though I wrote like a Twitter thread last night about how it's basically because World War III is starting and it's freaking me out. And it's part, I mean, I guess it's sort of like intertwined because, all right, I think from here I can find the thing, but I'll just leave it here for now. Uh, because like when I'm talking with people and it's like, it's just like a normal conversation, nothing worrying or upsetting or anxiety inducing about it. But, uh, my thoughts just sort of naturally gravitate away from the conversation, away from the present moment, and to Minneapolis. And I think about Minneapolis and I think about uh, my friend that passed away, and I think about the situation with ICE, and I think about my family life there. I think about the friends there I have there. I think about uh, there's a big one that I'm missing. I think about my own struggles with addiction, and I know even more than that, like the struggles other people have with addiction, and how me being here, like I don't have the option once I'm drunk, and it's like, oh, maybe I should like look for something else. I don't have that option here. And it's sort of like I feel bad for people I know in Minneapolis because they do have that option and they're never gonna be able to stop. They're never gonna be able to stop. Like never. Some people are like treatment people, some people are never gonna go to treatment. I mean, I don't know. It's just so that I don't know. So the whole thing, and it's just the whole like ice, the situation with ice, it makes me very nervous. Anyway, so the point is that like it just makes it hard to socialize with people when you've got all that going on in your mind. When like, yeah, so it's when you got all that going through your mind, it's like a little difficult. I might have to. Can I turn on the TV here? I think I can. Resign is trending. I wonder if that's about. I bet you that's about Waltz. Back in the day, anything trending like that would be about Trump. But first of all, this is Elon's ex now, and also, I think at this point, people have figured out he's not gonna he's not gonna resign. What are you talking about? Yeah, so it's just like if there's like a lull in the conversation for even 3 seconds or it's not even like I can't stay present in the conversation. Like my mind is trying to pull me to the other side of the world. Uh And then there's obviously like my own like precarious situation here, in terms of like visa and money. So like even that is a problem. But anyways, so it's just got to the point where it's like because I didn't. Sorry, I got sorry, I don't know who I'm apologizing. Anyways, so the point is, I've been nerding out really hard on SEO, and I need to either like so that I can continue doing that because I didn't sleep enough, and then I like barely slept, and now I'm like, go, go, go. Part of me is just like, dude, that's what you should be doing is like talk with business owners. You get up, go interact with people, go stop nerding out, stop like avoiding humanity. Just in fact, like socialize as much as possible. That's your number one, like that's your most value added activity that you can engage in, period. Um, and so I felt like making this was like a because I do have of threads that I meant to do a live stream of the very first day, but I basically making the thread and then went to sleep, woke up, and immediately like 4 days straight. Is it Friday today? Yeah, it's Friday today. So from Monday to Friday this week, that's literally the only thing I've done. Okay, Monday was the 19th. And I also have another thing to do, uh, which is to work through these saved items. I think I could just do that. I don't think we need this visual here. Unnecessary visuals. All right, so I'll try to work through these Google saved items for 1 second, real quick. We'll back to the thread. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just sort of like been like in this state of mind where all I'm doing is looking at these videos about SEO and making threads about them and just nerding out 100% and like avoiding all human interaction. Uh, so I'm super gross. I need to do laundry. I have so much laundry to do. I need to like clean this this room up and stuff. Just generally like stretch out and like clear my mind a little bit, calm down a little bit, so that I can be presentable to the human race. Um, and so that's part of me is like, do that. That's what you need to do. Like get cleaned up, shave, uh, go out and keep talking with business owners and keep talking with that guy from last night. Start working on his stuff. And then another part of me is like, no, 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 no. You got to just keep working on these threads, and eventually you'll be able to get like the whole thing done in like 1 hour. You'll have the whole day in front of you, and then what you're going to want to do is focus on, as I was talking about before, money. Focus on the wisdom that the God of money has bestowed upon me, and then also focus on calling SEO agencies, setting up partnerships with SEOs, making an SEO directory for Taiwan, make an SEO directory for the Philippines, look for a partner in the Philippines. So, I think I found the first thread. It's definitely from Monday of this week. But the issue is I did actually like label it saying today's SEO thread. And I feel like the very first one I didn't actually label. I just started going at it. So here's one from January 16th. Yeah, January 16th is a thread. All right, let's just make sure I don't have anything. Let's check the 15th. There actually is one for the 15th. It's not that long though, it's pretty short. I am hungry and hungover. I'm a hungry and hungover person. Here's one for January 14th. Yeah, Taiwan does have a very different idea of Zhou than Guangdong. In Guangdong, it's like Zhou is a wait, fuck. Is my audio fucked? That oh, hello, hello. Okay, audio's good. Yeah, Joe in Taiwan is just like rice in water. Okay, so January 14th. Post number one, your website structure. I wonder, I'm gonna just see if, before I start reading this, whether or not I can find the Gemini thread that is associated, Gemini conversation that is associated with it. Please provide a detailed summary. Huh. Mm, uh, what the hell is that? All right. Anyways, let me just read through these because I don't know about that. Okay, your website structure should mirror the structure of your Google business profile, categories, and services to build maximum topical authority. Use Google's standard colors for review embeds. They build more trust than custom colored reviews that look like the business could have fabricated them. When your specialty is clear and onboarding email sequences for SaaS, as an example, clients can determine if you are the right fit immediately, leading to more productive conversations with people who already want what you sell. This is why I wasn't sure if I should do this while I'm hungover or not. Because I think the idea is that I'm gonna comment comment on each of these uh, notes, but I don't really have any comments right now. My only comment is that I'm overheating and cold at the same time somehow. I desperately need some water. I desperately need some food. but at the same time, uh, considering that I can't decide whether I should allow my main framework of life to be maximizing socialization maximization or nerding out on SEO. This is the alternative. So let's get at least one of these threads done. All right. So when your specialty is clear, okay, I just read that. Instead of a traditional keywords list, use LLMs to simulate how specific personas, example, a middle-aged vegan beginner runner, would naturally ask questions. Then use Google's People Also Ask data to map out the entire conversation funnel. I literally didn't, I was not thinking about what I was reading right there. I was just thinking about the Sammy Obaid. How do you say his last name? His analysis, his breakdown, which by the way, that guy should be on the Daily Show. He's really good. Um, but his breakdown of the Renee Good shooting. Anyways, I guess it was the middle-aged vegan beginner runner. Triggered triggered me to think about Renee Good. Instead of traditional keyword lists, use LLM to simulate how specific personas, example, a middle-aged vegan beginner runner, would naturally ask questions. Then use Google's People Also Ask data to map out the entire conversation funnel. Is that a good idea? I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I definitely, did do something like that before with when I was attempting to make the sales bots, and I would, have it simulate a persona and then ask questions based on what we thought that persona would ask. Um, I don't know. Is are LLMs good at taking on these personas? I'm not sure. As more searches happen inside AI interfaces, Perplexity and ChatGPT, traditional search engines lose the click data they use to rank sites. Browsers will become the primary source for this valuable user data. Yeah, it's just an interesting insight. A huge win for Google, unless OpenAI gets like a lot of uptick in the use of its browser, which I kind of doubt that they will. Because even if it is an amazing browser, like Google can also incorporate whatever functions it has into Chrome. So just not that much reason for people to switch. The KGMID, the Knowledge Graph Machine ID. Every verified entity on the internet has a Knowledge Graph Machine ID. If you don't have this ID, Google doesn't truly know who you are. You are an isolated entity. You're not plugged into the main graph. Check it out. I have a knowledge panel. Not bad, to be honest. I should definitely I've been saying this for a million years, I should have an icon. AIupgrade.site is a platform that specializes can I get it to read this without maybe you can read for me. How about that, Google? I actually have been getting, like, a lot of, notifications that I'm not getting the notifications, and I just don't check them. I should probably check them. For all I know, people are trying to buy my chatbots, and I'm not being responsive to them. Anyway, so I this has a okay, I have a knowledge pa I'm surprised. I am surprised. So that means I should have a knowledge graph ID, and that means I can plug it into the Kali cube. All right, back to the thread. Let's see here. Huh, it's interesting. In the thread, I said that I don't have one, but I do now, and I really don't think I did anything. So it is theoretically possible that something about writing that I don't have one triggered me to have one. Uh, let's just. Can you find the knowledge graph ID for AI upgrade dot site? It does actually trigger a knowledge panel when I search for it. Okay, so I need to find that. There we go. Here it is. Yep, that's my that's my knowledge graph ID. So now if we go to calicube.pro, 'Cube.pro, 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 ' Hey, that is so annoying. The autocorrect's just 99% of the time when it changes something, it's changing it from something right to something wrong. Am I able to, can I enter the, uh, how can, oh, what's the, let's see here. What is the link to look up an entity in Kali Cube by the machine ID? Aha, it's the reverse lookup. I'm struggling through this. I would be doing a lot better if I was in nerd mode. I'll tell you that. Uh, but I mean, this is the thing that I really like about this workflow that I have which is that this whole like summarizing the videos and making a thread and then live streaming my own reading of the thread is that like I feel like I don't have to be on the ball that much. Like it all leads me back to like no matter no matter how dumb I am, like ultimately what I'm doing is l- learning things and then just implementing the things that I've learned. And it doesn't matter if super genius, super fast, amazing way or a really slow way. Like if I ever get lost, all I got to do is open up my YouTube, look through my subscriptions, pop the videos into Gemini, read the summaries, take out notes that I find interesting, read through all those notes, and then apply what I've learned. Like there's no point in that cycle where I have to be genius. Would you like me to draft the entity home description that CaliQ recommends? Isn't that what schema tools? Okay, just to very, very slowly. I'm so slow right now. This is ridiculous. Uh, okay, so what I want to do in the conversation from the other day where I got knowledge graph machine ID for the top companies and then see if I can look those up on Cali Cube site. First, I want to see what it has to say when I since the ID comes from a specific Google vertical, likely the Google business profile or Maps vertical, it hasn't been promoted to the main knowledge vault. Did it just give me the exact same link? Knowledge Graph Explorer reverse. Yes. Okay, but I was not. I didn't tell it that this was the response. I feel like ChatGPT figured that out though. All right, we're gonna have to start today's thread. I just need one more. There we go. All right. Anyway, so I posted that. Now, back to Gemini. Now I need to find the Taiwanese. Um, Luckily, there's a very accessing Google Graph knowledge data from January 15th. Sounds very correct. Couldn't load that chat. All right. So first, let's try Apple in the knowledge graph API reverse lookup. Is that parentheses supposed to be there or not? No, the parentheses is not part of the ID. Okay, so if we can find Apple, that's a good start. We cannot find Apple. So we're not going to be able to find mine if we can't find Apple's. That's for sure. I did get it. I did have one successful. I had a successful lookup of it before. I don't know what happened to CaliCube. Only the Apple one works. Let's see if the Apple one works. Let's try the Apple one. Okay, well, that's not working at all now. Well, at least Apple did show up. Hmm. So here's Awu, but where's the? Oh my God, what is happening here? Um. Okay, let's go back to. Oh no, I'm sharing this tab. Am I? Let's go back to CaliCube and try the Awu one. Although, if I can't get Apple and Microsoft to work, I can't believe I'll be able to get this to work. But yeah, that did not work. Come on now. The M indicates the entity existed in Firebase and was migrated to Wikidata, while the KJD starting with G indicates that Google added the entity after closing Firebase. So the entity was created in the knowledge graph after 2015. Good to know. All right. Can we just get anything to work? That's the first question. Does anything work at all? Apple. Okay. Now let's try Awu Intelligence. Absolutely not. Let's try Harris SEO. Absolutely not. What is a big SEO company? Did I already try mine? I feel like I already tried this and it didn't accomplish anything. So, um, what is a SEO company in the USA? This should not be so hard. All right, let's try SEO Minneapolis. No, SEO New York. Yeah, New York. SEO Global Home. SEO Scholars is a nonprofit organization. What weird map results come up here? All right, so let me just look at Feedbots. Let's just look at my thing and see what we got here. Oh, I'm waiting for the feeds to load. I don't have to wait for feeds to load. This one will be fine. tlgmarketing.com or the adfirm.net. Let's just do the adfirm. Okay, we finally found an entity for something that's not one of the biggest companies in the world. Cyrus Kennedy. Person object, person object, person object, thing or person object. Interesting. Do I have a graph for these guys? I wonder if my graph, how I would compare this graph to my graph. Uh, I just looked up my name plus chatbot developer, and most of the results are me. But apparently, there's somebody on Medium named Michael McCarthy that's a machine learning researcher, and um, he is threatening to win that contest. Okay. Anyways, so all right. I don't know about these knowledge graphs because every time, like part of me is like the thing that is like where there's a possibility to like move things forward is the knowledge graphs. So everything else is just kind of a waste of time. Just like keep going with the knowledge graphs until you stop making progress with them one way or another. Either you're like totally proficient in using them or you run into a brick wall that you can't get past in terms of using them. Um, and then another part of me is like, no, it's okay to like just make a little, as long as you make a little bit of progress on them every day, that is good enough. So I don't know where I don't know which one to actually go with on that. Anyways, but if it's the daily thing, well, we have accomplished that. We have moved things forward for today. Anyways, I don't have one. I don't have a KGM ID. I think I wait. I do actually have a KGM ID. Well, my website does, but it's not in the graph vault supposedly. When users search for brand plus product, actually, what was my what was it? I want to tweet it. It's an interesting question though. What caused me to have a knowledge graph ID? Because I'm not on Google Maps. Right. So 250 documents across the internet mentioning your brand will seed you into the Google Knowledge Graph. And you need the same as property and your organization object on your site in JSON LD schema. Um, what about that? When users search for brand plus products such as Christie Sports Ski Rentals, Google expands the semantic terms associated with your brand, connecting you to that category. All right, change of topic. LLMs often lose focus in the middle of long documents. To combat this, place important data like comparison tables in the middle of your content to help the AI process it better. That seems contradictory, but the point is that instead of the middle of the document being a bunch of text, that's where you should put things like tables so that you make it easier for the AI to process the middle part, which is where it's bad at processing. Freshness is a major ranking factor, which they always say that they're like lost in the middle. What percentage? Like what is it? Is it the first sentence and the last sentence? And if there's 100 pages in the middle, then it's just it still only really processes the first and last sentence. Like that's or is it like the first 30% and the last 30%, and then it misses the middle 40%? Because that would be reasonable, right? But anyway, so freshness is a major ranking factor. Updating old content with current dates and new information can provide a significant visibility boost. I gotta watch that YouTuber that's like, he's got that dog in him, and just copy his cadence from now on and all of these. FAQ sections add specific long tail user questions at the end of your articles in plain text, heading 3 or heading 4, rather than just relying on schema as LLMs parse text directly. Okay, sure. Oh, here we go. I got all the knowledge graph IDs. I swear that I did get one working on CaliCube. One of these worked. Gosh dang it. This is going so slowly and terribly. Um, All right, we already did this, but let's try it again. So I think what happened was because it found it this time. So I think what happened was the Chinese threw it off for some reason. Let's see, is it the same number? D5R0? No. Okay. It's finding the right thing though. Interesting that it doesn't work when I put in the name in English and Chinese, but then it does work when I put it in just Chinese, in just English. Let's see, what are the other ones we got here? Harris SEO. Usually, when you search for something in both languages, you're way better off. Okay, we have a person, Harris Seong. I don't think that's correct because video game, rock band thing. Did I miss any of these? Person, thing, person. Right. What was the last? What was the owl listed as? I gotta. Let us go. Let us go then. You and I into the organization thing corporation. That's the type. All right. Let's try the next one. The next one is Astral Web. No, Pineapple Web. Let's do Pineapple Web. I feel like Astral Web's gonna come up with all. Well, you know what? If it comes up with a whole bunch of stuff, we can disambiguate. We got a movie from 2010. We have a thing, which is an astral projection, which is an esotericism, an intentional out of body experience in which a subtle body known as an astral body or a body of light, which consciousness functions separately from the physical body, travels throughout the astral plane. So that's important. Movie. I was so right when I said that. That I thought it was going to come up with a whole bunch of. Okay, we got a corporation, but it's from Canada. Oh, we got 8 corporations. Digital e-commerce company in Minnetonka, Minnesota. All right, we didn't find it. Let's try the last one here. Pineapple Web is the last one. Yep, Pineapple Web. Look in my eyes and tell me a tale. Do you see the road that matters to my soul? Am I picture perfect? Do I look fried? On the green, yellow, that drip in your eyes is tell you demise. Flame Hussein, I'm running for miles. The ship was in luck. They got me fucked up. Webcore S. A. No, that is not what we're looking for. Man, this thing, Pineapple Web, has more disambiguations than the astral projection one. Dole, we got Dole Pineapple Company. Sinai, I don't think that's it. Huh. Wait, well, uh, yeah, no, that's Japanese for starters. A UK-based real estate investment trust known as the Pineapple Corporation. Last chance, nope, couldn't find it. What if I only search the Chinese? Is that possible that that would work? Awukuji. This is kind of difficult. See if I did that right. I did not do that right. The ah is wrong. Mayo coats a pump. Are you serious? We got a Guangzhou. We have a company in Guangzhou. I wonder how this look. Wait. Well, I guess I could. I mean, obviously this is an API, so however this works, it's gonna be working based on the Google API thing. Okay, let's try Harris Chin Shun. We got a person. We got a person. We got a movie. We got a movie. We got a person. We got a person. We got a book. We got a book. We have a movie. We have a book. Holy crap. Okay, okay, okay. Do you have a corporation? No, no corporations. Okay, I kinda lost track of why I'm doing this, to be honest. Anyways, that's the end of that thread. It was a short thread. So so I can be done anytime, which makes me wanna keep going, to be honest. The Explorer will show you this information for all entities Google sees as relevant for the words you enter. Entity type, graph ID, entity description, entity home. Seriously? Right, so there's the ID, name, subtitle, description, description URL. What do you mean it's gonna show me the entity home? It's not showing me the entity home. An entity home is the web page recognized by Google as the authoritative source for factual information about a given entity. It is where the entity lives online. Okay, but unless this is the entity home right here, the description URL, I'm not seeing that. Here we go. We got an entity home on this one. That is the first entity home I've seen. Was there an entity home on the Awu Intelligence? Nope. Okay, this will conclude this live stream, but I'll probably try to do another one today with the next thread in this series of threads. And then I'm already working on the new thread for today. Which is important. That's the most important thing, to be honest. I can catch up on doing the live streams, but I need to be making the threads every day because it'd just be too easy to fall behind. And if I fall behind, it's hopeless. Okay, thank you for your attention to this matter.